Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading is the general reading for all of the signs for the month of December 2020. I must apologize. I know that I did not come out with the November readings, but unfortunately I was sick for about 2 weeks straight, and that just really put me behind on everything. And when I was sort of thinking about putting out the November readings, it was already the end of the month. So I just thought it was best to start off with December, and then I will be working on over the next week or so, I'll be working on the 2021 yearly readings for all of the signs, so be looking out for those as well. Just a reminder, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested in doing that, all of the information information can be found in the description box below this video. Also, I encourage you to follow me on TikTok if you use the app. I'm posting shorter videos on there more frequently than I do on YouTube, and I'm at Changing Phases Tarot. For the reading today, I'll be doing the 10-card Celtic Cross spread for the overall, the general monthly reading. I'm using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck, and I'll pull a couple of Oracle cards from the Soul's Journey deck and the Goddesses deck. All right, I would like to thank each and every one of you. For those of you who are new today, for my returning viewers, I really do appreciate all of your support over the year, and I hope that my messages have brought some type of help and possibly peace and, to whatever you might be going through. All right, so I'll stop for now, and I will see each of the signs in a second for the videos. Hi Capricorn, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your reading. As you can see, I've already shuffled off camera to try to save a bit of time. Okay, so let's jump into it. I would say overall, it's interesting because there's a lot of kind of back and forth type of energy, like positive, but then it feels as though you think that you're trapped in a certain situation, whether this is romantic or in a job setting. But there's victory at hand. So whatever it is just in your mind, right? There is a way out, I would say that. But let's go through everything so you can see what I'm talking about. So you have at the center of the spread, the Six of Pentacles, which is a very, it's very much a card of, this balance and give and take. You can see that here, the woman, she has, obviously planted, she's grown her garden. Now the garden is giving fruit. You can see that she has a basket of fruit there, and she has enough for herself to be able to share with others. You can see that there are birds coming in, taking fruit out of her basket. So, this deck, it portrays it slightly differently. Usually there's like a sort of a wealthy looking man, and he's giving money, helping these two other people who look like they're in need. So it's that card of either give, take, whether this is you going, asking for money, going to the bank, trying to get a loan, could be repaying a loan, could be somebody coming to you, asking for you to loan the money, or they could be coming back to repay you. But it is this, give and take type of balanced energy. It's pentacles, so earth energy, has to do with, the tangible things here in the material realm. So the money that we earn, our possessions, things we can buy with that money. It's also our home, our family, and that, this financial sort of balance, equal, it sits at the center of the spread. And what can help or hinder it is the Five of Cups, which, this card, the woman, you can see she's just so focused on the 3 cups that have spilled out, right, in the water here, thinking about all of the things that didn't work out in the past, that haven't worked out, whether these were relationships or jobs or opportunities, whatever it is. She's so focused on what hasn't worked out that she's not even paying attention. She can't see the 2 opportunities that are right around her head here. They're the 2 of Cups, right? So this could be a love relationship. This could be a partnership. but it's right there for her. But she's so focused on the past that she's not even seeing what's right in front of her right now. Now, in the deep past, you have the Eight of Wands. This is a card of forward momentum, of great movement. It's also news coming in very quickly. With it being wands, it's the suit of fire, and it has to do with the work that we do. It can also be our own passion and drive and determination for the type of work or projects that we're involved in. And it can also be news rushing in, right? So changes in the air, news coming in quickly, news from afar. This can be lots of text messaging, emailing, the back and forth type of energy. But it does sit in the deep past. So many of you have already been through this. You could have been dealing with, a lot of back and forth with somebody. And, this could have left you feeling, or led to you feeling like this Nine of Swords. This sits in the recent past, and the Nine of Swords, sometimes it's referred to as the nightmare card. This deck is a little different. Usually it shows somebody, sitting in bed or sitting up in bed, unable to sleep at night, because they're so, worried, or just it's those thoughts going round and around in their mind again. This deck shows the woman, and it looks like she's taking a nap there. She's trying to rest. But there is the one sword right next to her. So it's like she's resting, but she's still vigilant, right? But there's something that has been keeping you up at night. Preventing you from sleeping properly through the night. You might have been having, these sort of sleepless nights, getting up very early in the morning, or getting into bed, not being able to sleep properly. And it could have something to do with this news that you received and here in the deep past. It might have caught or led to this this mentality, because it is air energy, right? This mental state that you've been in. The suit of swords it's air energy, and it has to do with our thoughts. It has to do with how we get those thoughts across to other people. So it's also how we communicate, right? How we get those things across to others. But what you have crowning you, and the message from your higher self, this is beautiful. You have Major Arcana number 17, the Star. And this is a card of healing. This is a card of wish fulfillment. This is the universe stepping in and saying, okay, what is it that you really want? What is that wish for you, right? Obviously, each person's going to have a different wish, but there's some type of wish fulfillment. But it's wishing upon a star, and then, keeping upbeat, keeping that positive mindset, trusting that the universe does have your back. And sometimes, we try to maybe say, okay, things need to happen in this order, or things need to happen in this time frame. And a lot of times there are things going on behind the scenes that, we can't always understand. So there's a need to trust in the universe, and trust that these, whatever these wishes are, they're coming in, but, when they're supposed to. So divine timing at play with the Star card as well. Could be healing as well from whatever this, the sleepless nights, whatever this news was that led to the sleepless nights. There could be a healing from that. And in the near future, you have you coming in very much in your element. The Queen of Pentacles. This is beautiful, right? The Queen, as the Queen of the suit, she's mastered her suit. So she's mastered the suit of Pentacles. And we were talking about it with the Six of Pentacles at the center, but it has to do with material possessions. And look how beautiful she is. I love the way that this Queen of Pentacles is shown in this deck, because she's so regal, and she's the quintessential Earth Mother, wearing this beautiful dark green dress, and it's like she blends in with all of the earth, right? All the grass around her, and then we have all the crystals. So she's just so opulent. She's just a beautiful woman, and she's very resourceful, even when times are difficult, which is usually not that often with the Queen of Pentacles, because she is very good at making money. She's very hardworking. She's very good at holding on to her money. But when times are hard, she's also very resourceful. So she's good at, coming up with resourceful ways of dealing with difficult situations. Yeah, also the Earth Mother. So she's very much about taking care of those around her, especially her family, her children, pets. You know, it's that caring, so cooking for them, doing things for the people that she loves. But also very financially stable. So if we have the balance sitting at the center, there could have been, you know, a looking back to the past or a feeling, you know, uneasy or worried about, could have to do with this balance, this financial stability. But with the Queen of Pentacles coming in, this is very strong, you know, earth energy, money, finances, you know, really balancing out here for you. Now you appear as the Judgment. This is Major Arcana number 20. And Judgment can be needing to make a difficult decision. So that, you know, judgment call. It can also have to do with things coming back around again, right? This can be second chances, whether this is in a relationship for some of you. Obviously, it won't resonate the same for everybody, but if there's a relationship, then there could be a second chance or reconciliation. For others, this can be going back, right? There's a sort of going back this second time around. So going back to doing something you used to do, going back to, you know, if this is a job, maybe a place where you used to work, or doing the same type of job that you used to do. It can be, yeah, it's a new cycle, but, you know, it's like that rebirth, that redo. You get a redo with something here. And surrounding you, you have this beautiful energy of the Page of Cups. And I love this Page of Cups because it's just such a sweet energy, right? So this could be around you. This could be somebody around you. It could also be how others are viewing you. Usually, if this is a person, this would be a younger water sign individual. It's a very, you know, immature, very young energy. Could even be a child of yours. But Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Usually, though, pages, you know, they are the messengers. So I usually view the page as somebody bringing in news about something. This could be news about a reconciliation. This can be news about pregnancy, birth of a child. It can also be news coming in about something that's going to bring you great joy, with it being cups. It can also be, sometimes when the Page of Cups shows up, there's a need to be more open, to open yourself up to love, to open up your heart. If there is this, you know, new offer coming in, be open and receptive to it, because, you know, sometimes people, they might think that they're ready for a relationship, but when that person actually, you know, sort of appears out of the blue, are they really willing and open, and do they have their hearts open to allow that person in, right, to welcome them in? So there's a need for reciprocity, and also to be open. Can also be a card of healing. We had the healing message up here with the Star card as well. So could be healing your heart. This could be healing from you know, a past hurt or a previous relationship. But there's movement, okay? We have, in your hopes and fears, you're hoping to move on. You have the Six of Swords, which, you know, this is, again, air energy. We had it over here with the Nine of Swords. But Six of Swords, you can see she's just put down all of the swords. She's dropped them there. She's turned her back, and she is moving on, right? In the traditional tarot, it usually shows a woman and a child in a boat, and then a man like rowing them away, getting out of choppy waters, taking them into calmer waters. So it usually speaks of, you know, having gone through a difficult time, a difficult situation, and now it's like you're out the other side and you're heading into, you know, a better time, better situation. You can see that here she has her back turned, but she's heading into the light. There's a lot of darkness kind of surrounding her, but she's heading towards that light. So, you know, this is you moving forward, right? And this is what you're hoping for. You're hoping to move on, to move into better times, to start, you know, to leave this behind, this Nine of Swords energy, and to really, yeah, to move forward. There's a movement here. Sometimes it can be moving, like moving across, travel, like traveling across water, traveling to a place that's at a distance, going to somewhere that's by water. And you have, as the outbound energy, the 8, sorry, I just knocked. I have my guidebook here for reading the oracle cards. I just managed to knock it on the floor. I'll get it when we get to that. The 8 of Swords, this is the outbound energy, and I did pull some clarifiers on it because, as you can see, it's another difficult energy. We have the woman, she's surrounded by swords, first of all, so she's imprisoned by her thoughts, by that, not seeing the way out of the situation, and she's been tied up here. All of the crows have her bound, but she could easily get out of that. She could just wriggle out and move through the swords and she could be out of the situation. So it's like, it's not seeing a way out, feeling stuck, feeling imprisoned, feeling as though, I'm stuck in this situation for forever. I can't see the way out of it, but there is a way out. And the clarifiers that I pulled, it's funny because the one that came in the past position is very similar energy, the 2 of Swords, which also has the woman blindfolded. She's very defensive. She has the swords crossed across her chest. It speaks of stagnation, again, not needing to make a decision, but not knowing which way to go. So then we have the 3 of Pentacles. 3s in the Tarot are expansive numbers, right? So it's expansive energy. It usually has to do with like having reached or completed a short-term goal, and then thinking about what is it that I need to do to get me from the 3 to the 10, which is, the ultimate, the ending of that particular suit. Is there something I need to do differently? Do I need to work with somebody else? Sometimes the 3 of Pentacles comes in when you're partnering up with other people, right? You see the 2 people here. Sometimes it's needing to work with somebody else. And then you have another 8. So 8 of Swords and 8 of Pentacles in the future position, which is, it's sometimes referred to as the Apprentice card. This can be you just working very diligently at whatever it is that, you do, whatever your craft is, your work. It can be taking some online courses or going back to school, getting some additional training. That might help get you out of this situation. So there's something to do with, either working with others or working on yourself, right, to help get you out of that situation. But you do have victory. The card that was, we have another, okay, yeah, see, look, that from the bottom of the deck, the overall energy was the Chariot, which is another major arcana, right, number 7. Linked with the sign of Cancer, so might be dealing with a Cancer, but it's a card of victory. But again, it's victory that's hard won. It's victory after a struggle. It can also speak of movement, moving across land. It can be buying a new car. It can be, travel. This can be a job. If there's a new job, you might have to commute quite a long distance, or you might have to move for the new job. And then we have another reference to travel with the 3 of Wands. This, again, expansive energy. It's waiting for your ships to come in. So there's a decision that's been made, waiting to see what's going to happen now. Could have to do with something overseas or at a distance. And then we have the World, which is a similar type of energy in that it's an ending. We have the Judgment down here. This is a brand new cycle, but it can also be, something at a distance. Dealing with people who are from a different place than you are, or different culture, been raised differently. Could be an opportunity at a great distance. So there's sort of similar messages coming in, but overall, even though you do have like the 8 of Swords and this 9 of Swords, which is kind of difficult energies, there are so many positive cards in here with the Star card, which is a yes card and it's healing. Chariot is a victory card. Moving into calmer waters with the 6 of Swords. We have the 8 of Wands, which usually 8 of Wands is it's like positive change coming in and positive news, you know. And then the healing here. So it's like there are a lot of very positive cards in the reading. But there's just something that you felt very, you felt very stuck. You felt very worried about. But you're being encouraged to just keep going, to move on. You are heading in the right direction. You are heading towards the light here. New things are coming in for you. There is going to be success. And it's funny because the card that came out from the Oracle deck is success. It says, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. And there are these beautiful yellows and purples, and it's just such a happy, vibrant colored card. And let me just pick up the book that I knocked over. And let me find success. So success says, success can mean many things to the ego self, but the soul only knows one triumph, and that is to love. When your soul is no longer manifested in the physical realm, it is a time of reflection on how successful it was with that endeavor. The soul doesn't care how big your house was, or how nice your car was, or how many bank accounts you had. The soul only cares about how you express love and compassion. In the infinite wisdom of the universe, the more love you demonstrate, the more you will receive. And even your ego's definition of success is altered. Your notion of how you would be perceived as successful will change. The material things that you thought would make you happy will not have the same appeal. That's very interesting. Yeah, so what is success? Success can be many different things to many people, right? And in this Oracle card deck, it tells us that there's no greater success than love, right? Love is like the ultimate success. It's not about having the big car, you know, or the big house, or the, you know, whatever salary, 200,000 a year salary. That, you know, that's just, those are things that our ego self might like, but that's not what true success is. So interesting. And the other card that came out, this is, I'm going to let you see her. So this is from the Goddesses deck. Okay, and again, there's sort of yellows in here, but lots of yellows and whites. And this is, her name is Hel. It's H-E-L. And it says, Hel is the Norse queen of the underworld, a mother goddess in her underworld guise. She rules over a fiery womb of regeneration and is especially responsible for those who die of disease or old age. Her underworld, unlike the Christian hell, which received its name from her, is simply an other world, a place of renewal rather than a place of punishment and misery. When northern shamans visit her realm, they put on a helcape, a magic mask, sometimes a helmet, that renders them invisible. It is possible that the masked harlequin, a standard character in Commedia dell'arte, was originally one of the kindred of the goddess Hel. Hel is an embodiment of the divine mystery, a challenge to look behind the mask of appearances to see things as they truly are. And that's interesting because you have like the judgment, which is, it's like coming back from, you know, back to life. There's this rebirth, renewal, do again. So it's interesting that this card came out as well, right? This renewal talks about this place of renewal. Yeah, interesting, very interesting reading for you, Capricorn. So I do hope that these messages have helped. I thank you for joining me. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of the month. Bye for now.